All right, we are going to be doing a Cricut print and cut today. And of course, I tried to squeeze this into a 10-minute video. So if you're not familiar with Cricut print and cut, it's pretty cut and dry. I found the image that I was going to use online and I saved it. And how we bring it into Design Space is you go to upload, you find your image, and then you click on it. When you click on it, you can save it as simple, moderately complex, or complex, depending on the details in your photo. Once you do that step, it will bring you over to this screen. Since I want the Cricut to cut around these particular images, I'm going to use the little tool touch in the background to remove the white spaces. If you leave the white space, you're just going to have a white box around your image when you go to cut it out. On the left side is what it would look like if you saved it, if you just wanted the outline of your image. On the right side is what your print and cut image will look like. So, of course, we are going to touch it on the right side. Once we have it uploaded, we bring it back over into Design Space. Once it goes onto our canvas, I immediately just go up and hit the unlock button, which is right here at the top. And then I resize it to the size that I need for this particular project. And seeing that I am going to be customizing a mini fridge for this person, I measured the object that I wanted to put the image on first. So that's where I got the measurements from. So always keep a ruler. We are going to use this Cricut printable waterproof sticker set. I'm using a waterproof paper because it's going on a mini fridge. So in case the fridge starts to sweat or, somebody sits something on top of it and it runs down, I don't want the image to run. Also, I went in and changed the size of the paper and the mat as well. A lot of people will put extra images onto the page if they don't want to waste the extra paper or the bottom. As you see, it's a lot of space down there. But I'm just going to keep it moving today. I do not like to use the add bleed when I'm doing Cricut print and cut because it always just seems a little off to me. If it's too off, you need to do a calibration. I could do that on a different video for you guys. But I also like to use the printer settings. So unclick the add bleed, click use system dialog box. That's going to take you to your printer and your printer settings. Changing the settings in your printer is how you get vibrant pictures to print out. So making sure you change what type of paper that you're using in your printer settings, whether it's glossy, whether it's matte, whatever the case may be. And then also if you're using standard, high quality, all of that makes a really big difference. And if you're using photo, and just making sure you're adjusting those things as needed per print job, especially if you're making a shirt or something along those lines. You always want to make sure that your prints come out vibrant. And so I'm going to be using the Canon Craft printer for this particular print. I don't know the numbers on it. I don't know if it's TS, but don't make me lie to y'all. This is the printer, and I do believe that this printer is linked in my bio up under printers because I have a couple printers. So this one, of course, just has your standard ink in the inside of it, and this is the Canon Craft printer. And we are just going to print our image out. And of course, when you click your settings for your Cricut, it's going to tell you how to place it onto the mat. So in order for the Cricut to read it, I have to place it in the left top corner. I would recommend you using the light grip, but y'all, this mat has been through it. So it's not going to rip. It's not going to rip my image when I go to take it out. So don't use a standard grip if you are using like paper or thin paper when you're doing your images. So like I said, the light grip mat and you'll be good to go. But this mat has been through it and I need to toss it out. And I have a whole pack up under my desk that I had ordered off of Temu and I just haven't gotten around to replacing it. So I will do that shortly. And so, of course, make sure it's light in the room. There's a little light on the Cricut, but I've noticed that the print and cut works better if the Cricut is actually in a well-lit area, so that it can see those registration marks, which are those black marks around the corner of our image. And then we're going to let the Cricut do its thing. See? Boom. Quick and easy. Or if it's a simple one like this, you can use your hand to cut it out. You don't have to have a Cricut to do that part. We're going to jump right back over into Design Space, and we are going to cut this young lady's name out. Of course, with just the name, if you're using permanent or removable vinyl, you do not mirror. So do not mirror the image unless it is iron on. Make sure you click your correct settings and all of the above. You can also add it to favorites. So if you see these at the top that have that little bookmark on it, you can go in, you can tap whichever material you use the most. You can bookmark it. It'll add it up to the top, so that way you won't have to go into this list to be able to find it. But of course, there's always, you just never know. So I just like to look through it sometimes anyways. And then you want to place the grid side down onto your mat. And as I said earlier, this mat has been through it. So I'm going to add 2 little pieces of tape that was just sitting on my desk. The tape didn't even been through it. Y'all, I need to really clean my space. It needs, what they say, a weekend refresh. It needs to be refreshed. So, of course, same process as before. Make sure that you just follow the little blinking lights on your Cricut. And we are going to cut this young lady's name out. The transfer tape that I use is linked in my bio, but I've also purchased some off of Temu. I've did a couple Temu unboxings. So if you go back a couple videos, I love the Temu transfer tape just as much as I love the HTV Runt transfer tape. I don't see a big difference in it. Of course, you get a little bit more bang for your buck when you buy the large roll from HTV Runt. So, yeah, that's that. And then, of course, when this gets finished, we're going to take it out. A lot of times when people use the permanent or removable vinyl that has grids on it, they like to cut along the grids. Me, I'm going to just look and see where I cut it, and then I'm going to cut it. And then the rest of it is a scrap piece for later. How do y'all store y'all scrap pieces, by the way? Somebody drop below. Tell me how y'all store y'all scrap pieces. Because I put mine in these little plastic containers, and then sometimes I just never go back. I will go and grab a whole nother piece of vinyl. And then we're just going to weed out the pieces that we don't need. This particular weeding pen, my sister Nick bought it for me. So, Nick, if you're watching this video, you tell them folks where you got this from, because I have no idea. It was gifted to me. And yes, my sisters gift me craft supplies. I think that is a beautiful love language. They know what makes me happy. And in return, I make them beautiful things. Or I show them how to make beautiful things, because they're crafty as well. So now that we have this young lady's name cut out, we are going to get us some transfer tape. And like I said, this particular tape came from Temu. This is a little mini fridge. I don't know where the mini fridge came from. I don't, but I'm pretty sure you can Google little tabletop ones. And we decorated it with our decals, and this is how it turned out. And happy crafting, guys. So that was a quick print and cut tutorial for you.